A commonly asked question that people ask about realtors is how much money do they make? A lot of people think that becoming a realtor is this get-rich-quick scheme, when in fact, it's not. In this video, I'm going to be sharing how much money I made in my first 6 months of being a realtor. But before we get into that, I'm going to give y'all a little snippet of what it's like to be a realtor, because a lot of people are not aware of what it takes to be in this business. So I officially got my license on February 11th, 2021 during this crazy market that we're in right now. And since then, I've been working around the clock to get my hands on as many deals as I can. Some people aren't aware of this, but realtors get paid by commission whenever they close on a transaction. This is one of the main reasons why 87% of realtors fail within 5 years of being in the business, because since they're being paid by commission, there's really no way of telling when their next paycheck will be. To learn more about how realtors get paid, you can check out this video that I made by clicking here. And if what I just said wasn't demoralizing enough, the startup costs to become a realtor are quite expensive. To get my license and be able to practice real estate as a realtor, I had to pay a grand total of $1,861.55. So as you can see, it's not cheap to get started as a realtor. And this is not including all of the costs that I had to pay in order to run my business. But here's a newsflash for some of y'all. Real estate is a business, not a job, so don't get into real estate thinking that if you put in X amount of hours, then you'll receive X amount of dollars. Success in real estate is exponential and not linear. If you're okay with grinding non-stop and don't care whether or not you're successful in the short term, then I can almost guarantee that you will be successful in the long term. Alright, now that you know that being a realtor isn't all rainbows and sunshine, let's get into how much money I made in my first 6 months of being in real estate. Between February 11, 2021 to August 11, 2021, I closed on 11 rentals and 1 listing. The information that I'll be sharing for each transaction is the price that it rented or sold for, the date that it closed, and the commission that I received. So my very first transaction was a rental. It rented for $1,850. It closed on April 30th, and my commission was $478. My second transaction also happened to be a rental. It rented for $1,850. It closed on May 1st, and my commission for that was $478. My third transaction was yet again another rental. It rented for $1,700. It closed on May 7th, and my commission was $235.20. My fourth transaction was, you guessed it, a rental. It rented for $1,075. It closed on May 12th, and my commission was $235.20. My fifth transaction was another rental. It rented for $1,475. It closed on May 17th, and my commission was $280. My sixth transaction was a listing. Nah, I'm just kidding. It was another rental. It rented for $1,300. It closed on May 28th, and my commission was $292.80. My seventh transaction was a rental that rented for $1,700. It closed on June 12th, and my commission for that was a whopping $177.60. My eighth transaction was another rental for $1,550. It closed on June 17th, and I received $456 for my commission. My ninth transaction was another rental. It rented for $1,850. It closed on June 21st, and I received $552 for my commission, which is the most that I've received so far at this point. Transaction number 10 was another rental for $1,350. It closed on July 1st, and I received $542 for my commission on that one. Alright, here's what you all have been waiting for. Transaction number 11 was my first listing. It sold for $215,000. It closed on July 30th, and my commission drum roll please, was $2,544. Alright, and last but not least, transaction number 11 was another rental for $1,825. It closed on August 3rd, and I received $671 from that transaction. So the total amount I made in 6 months of being in real estate was $6,941.80. Which, don't get me wrong, that's a decent amount to be making as a new realtor, but it's not the tens of thousands of dollars that people think that realtors make when they're first starting off. Now let's try to figure out how much I made on an hourly basis. I would say that I work roughly 80 hours a week, so if we take the total amount that I made so far in real estate divided by the number of hours that I've worked this past 6 months, that would mean that I roughly made $3.62 an hour. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage anyone from becoming a realtor, but rather to make sure that they're completely aware of what exactly they're getting themselves into. As I mentioned before, real estate is a business, and businesses take time to build. Any successful business that you can think of didn't become successful overnight, which is why I constantly remind myself to be patient. There have been countless times where I wanted to quit doing real estate, but quitting will never be an option for me, because if I can't commit to something that I'm passionate about, then how can I expect myself to commit to something that I'm not passionate about? I'm all in. Real estate is my future, and I'm going to see it through no matter how hard it gets and no matter how long it takes. So to end things off, I'm going to share one last piece of advice. Regardless of what it is you plan on doing with your life, you have to figure out what your why is. If you go about doing something with no why, then it'll be harder for you to get back up when you get knocked down by life. As long as your why is stronger than life's knockdowns, then you'll be able to achieve anything that your heart desires. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you found this information helpful, then please give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and click that notification bell. Also, if you plan on getting into real estate and you have a bunch of questions, please feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to help you out in any way that I can. Well, that's it for now. I'm wishing you all lots of success in the near future.